incredible sense of accomplishment when you have made something. That's why I make. Now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Total, Baldwin faces 32 charges.
Saturday, I went to Woodchuck Saloon.
Too much temperature change.
13-10 meteorologist.
2 as well. Visions from Tanner Spink.
Go to 2-1.
2 with 6 and 10 on the year.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
And welcome back to Laker Connections. It's time for the Wheelhouse Wires. Aaron and I take a look at the Oswego State men's hockey team's matchups this weekend. Aaron, an old friend, comes to town tomorrow. What are we looking at?
Yes. Okay, folks, this time it's for real. The Oswego State men's hockey team will open their season in the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena against the Hobart Statesmen. The Laker faithful remember Hobart for knocking them out of the NCAA tournament back in 2019 by a final score of 4-1. Travis Broman and Josh LeBlanc, let's just say they remember that loss pretty well. Brian, what are we looking at for this matchup against the Hobart Statesmen?
Well, there's no grace period for this team right now. They're right into it. I mean, this is a Hobart program that is in the NCAA tournament. It feels like year in, year out. At least they're in the discussion year in, year out. And this is a team that, remember, came to MCC and absolutely shocked the Lakers 3 years ago, in that NCAA tournament, then beat them again in November of 2019. At the end of the day, this is just, you take a look at the history, this is a matchup that the Lakers have won most of their games in. However, the thing is, the last 3 out of 4, Hobart's won. So recent history has been with Hobart. You can take a look, lost 4-3 last time. The last time Hobart was in the Ice Arena here at MCC, they took care of business in the NCAA tournament and absolutely shocked the Lakers.
Yes, they were here last January with a loss of 4-3. That was a weekend of, funny enough, it was, it was Utica, another orange and dark blue team. Yeah. Utica and Elmira played each other. They did fall to Elmira, and that one we'll get to Elmira in just a second. But Gosek did this for a reason. We talked to him today, and he said that get these games out of the way now and perform, so that way, they're kind of done with come pairwise time, come looking to see if you're going to get a bid, looking to, get into the SUNY playoffs time. And again, it shows you, Gosek and Whitelaw early on what they're looking at for their team this season, because these are the types of teams that not only are they going to play come NCAA tournament time, they want to play come NCAA tournament time. So it's going to be a really interesting matchup. Josh LeBlanc said to me today he's going to have a little bit of fire underneath his skates because he didn't play in the last Hobart matchup. All right, following that matchup against the Statemen, the Lakers will take the road for the first time this season to visit the Elmira Soaring Eagles on Saturday night. Oswego will look to make it a happy Halloween in the Port City if they can lose out opening weekend with a W. Brian, it says Aaron in the teleprompter, but Brian, what are we looking at here? I stole your reader.
You did steal my reader. That's why it says Aaron, because
what a week, what a day we're having here.
We're having a time. We're having the time of our lives. Here's the biggest thing. No matter what the result is on Friday, this Lakers team, they gotta stay focused against Elmira, right? You look at this schedule and you look at this week and you say, all right, Hobart's the big game this weekend, right? Can't forget about Elmira. This is still a decent Elmira team that they're going to go on the road to face. No matter what happens, if you lose, can't hang your head. You got to bounce back and get that win. Get that win on Saturday. If you win against Hobart, you got to stay focused. You can't have a letdown game. You can't let it be a trap game. Listen, these are 2 games where the Lakers are going to have, these are tough opponents this weekend, right? We talked about with Hobart, Coach Gosek is not hesitating with who he's throwing at this team. They want to see where they're at, and Elmira is another pretty good measuring stick to see where this team's at.
Yes, I agree. Hobart is the bigger this game this weekend, but I'm actually really interested to see how the Lakers play in this one. This is a game 2 years ago that I personally felt they should have won, and they didn't. They lost 4-3 back in January of 2020. Wow, that's crazy to think about, isn't it? Utica, Hobart, Geneseo, those are the big games. Those are the teams that are going to be in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Geneseo, they're going to be facing in the SUNYAC. For the majority of this year, they got 2 against them, and then I imagine there's going to be a nice little playoff game come SUNYAC playoff
Hopefully.
time. But, if you can't beat teams like Elmira, I don't know if you can really expect to beat teams like the Hobart Statesmen, like the Knights of Geneseo, and like some of those other teams. So it'll be their first game on the road this season as well. So that will be super interesting. We are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it's time for Laker Showdown. Jake Johnson is going to join us. It's going to be spooktacular. You're watching Laker Connections on WTOP-10.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Our son Arjun was born with cystic fibrosis. CF is a genetic disease that shortens lives. When the foundation was founded in 1955, children with CF rarely live long enough to attend kindergarten. Today, thanks to the foundation's groundbreaking research, advocacy, and care, some people with CF are attending college, getting married, and starting families. We've made amazing progress, but until a cure is found for all people with CF, we will not stop. Help us add tomorrows. Visit cff.org today.
Is there a danger hiding in your home? Unused opioid medicines could harm your family. Find your unused opioid pills, patches, or syrups and learn how to dispose of them safely at fda.gov/drug disposal.
Good evening and welcome back to Laker Connections. I'm your moderator, Jake Johnson. A spooky edition of Laker Showdown coming your way. 3 spooky questions, 3 terrifying rounds, and 1 ghouly winner. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Absolutely, let's get it.
The Oswego State men's hockey team has been notoriously known as a fast and physical hockey team. In 2019 and 2020, they committed 142 penalties and spent a total of 409 minutes in the sin bin. Coach Gosick said that in order to make the NCAA tournament, the team's power play needs to be above 25%. With a much newer team this year and guys who have never faced the officiating of the NCAA refs, do they play above 25% or below? Ryan, you begin.
Well, listen, I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sold on whether this power play unit is going to be able to get to that number, and not because I don't think this team is talented. I think this is one of the more talented teams that we've seen in our time at Oswego here in the last few years. The biggest issue, I think, right now is chemistry on this team. When I talked to Coach Gosick earlier today, one of the big things he talked about in that Utica game about why Utica's power play was so effective, they scored 4 out of 8 times against the Oswego penalty kill, was he talked about chemistry, how Utica played last year. This Oswego team's relatively new. I think at the end of the year, the second half of the year, I think they're going to play above 25%. I just think it's going to take them a little while to get going, which is why overall I don't think they're going to get there.
This power play this year, folks, is going to be a monster mash for other teams. It's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, I'm going to say this. This is just not for the power play, but this goes for the team in general. 2 years ago, this had a really talented roster with a lot of guys who had a lot of talent, but they didn't play together, if that makes sense. These guys, and they've talked about it a ton this year too, they look like they're playing together. They look like they're playing as one, which is really exciting to see. And that is exactly what you need in order to execute the power play. Man, this thing is annoying. To execute the power play. And that's exactly what I think they're going to do. Travis Bowman, Josh Block, Trent Grimshaw, Tyler Antonucci.
Yeah, but all right. Hey, Dr. Rudman gets the point. when we are going to get to the next topic here. The Oswego State men's soccer team has made the SUNY playoffs in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 2008-2009. Brian Terra was a part of that team that lost to Cortland in extra penalty kicks. He had a terrific year in 2019 with a .96 goal allowed average and a .819 save percentage. Is he the X factor to a victory over the Red Dragons, or will someone else can clutch up for the Lakers? Aaron, you're going to kick this one off.
Wow, I like that, Jake. Soccer pun there. No, I'm not going to say Brian Terra. I'm going to go with Kyle Genrich. We've been saying all show and all season that the key is going to be you have to score the ball, and that's exactly what Kyle Genrich does. He has the most goals on the team. He has the most points on the team, and if you have to score in order to win games, and that's exactly what the Lakers need to do in this playoff game against SUNY Oswego. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's Kyle Genrich and the Laker offense for this one.
See,
gotta
here's the
score
thing.
To win games.
Here's the thing. Brian Terra has to be on top of his game, right? We have to see 2019 Brian Terra in order for the Lakers to win this game, because at the end of the day, you saw they only scored 1 goal across the entire weekend last weekend. Brian Terra, we got to see the Brian Terra of old. We got to see him step up, because at the end of the day, this Oneonta offense and defense are incredibly talented. It's going to be tough to score it's going to be tough to score multiple goals against this defense. So you got to play lockdown on your own. Brian,
yeah, but you got to score to win. Score to win. We've been saying it all season.
It's crunch time for the Lakers. Kyle Genrich has got to start this off. Final question for you guys. It's a spooktastic question. It's a ranking of the 5 best candies for Halloween. I gave this list to Aaron and Brian and had them rank them 1 through 5. Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, Nerds, Reese's, and Milk Duds. All right, guys, give it to me. How do you order these delicious treats into your top 5?
All right, here's the deal, folks. We're going to go. I got number 1. We're going to see my picks up here in a second, but I did write it down. Reese's is number 1. Peanut butter chocolate, that is a winning combination right there, so I'm going to go with that. Nerds, nice and sweet at number 2. Milk Duds, love my chocolate. That's why I'm putting that at number 3. I'm not a huge Skittles guy. They're a little too sour for me. I'm a bigger M&M guy.
Did you just say Skittles are sour?
Yeah, a little bit.
What about Sour Patch Kids?
And then, of course, Sour Patch Kids. They're going to be number 5. Oh, our graphics director, Lily Clark, put them in one nice graphic for us. So look at that.
Oh, how fantastic. See, here's the correct rankings of these. Sour Patch Kids, number 1. Love them. Sour and sweet, fantastic.
Sour Patch Kids at 1? Oh, look.
Skittles, I love Skittles. I ate a bunch of Skittles the other day.
Skittles,
my mom
right,
sent me
Jake?
some candy for Halloween. Very nice. Love you, Mom. Appreciate it. Love it. Nerds, Milk Duds. I'm not a big peanut butter fan. I don't like peanut butter.
Peanut butter and chocolate, that is
not
a winning combination.
I know that's
right there,
not a very popular opinion. I'm not a peanut butter guy, which is why I got Reese's at the bottom. But that's just for me. I understand why
Reese's at the bottom of this list.
Because I just don't like peanut butter.
Yeah, but dude, like in general, like peanut butter and chocolate. Like,
I just don't like peanut
they're
butter.
number 1, as Matthew Drexler once said, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, they're number 1 in the candy conference every single year.
What?
Exactly.
That's a new one.
That's a good question. Why is Nerds?
All right, well, hey, speaking of moms here, my mom knows which one I'm picking here. It's Brian Runman. You gotta go Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, Nerds. Come on. What kind of question that, Brian? 2-1 on the year.
My mask is even broken.
Again.
Yeah.
My mask is even broken.
I couldn't even see throughout this thing.
What a show.
What a show.
I mean, we got a spectacular weekend coming up.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody.
This should be a fun one. I'm looking forward to the hockey game tomorrow. I think it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen. Josh LeBlanc said to me today, there's going to be a little bit of fire underneath these guys.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't even play in that last one. And, folks, let me make a statement to you right now. If Josh LeBlanc is scoring hat tricks, watch out.
Yeah.
You look like a unicorn right now with glitter all
over. And nice
so much glitter.
Like
all right, folks. That's
I'm
our
feeling
show
jolly.
for tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Hockey Night in Oswego at 6:30 as the Lakers face off with the Hobart Statesmen. For Aaron Valentino, Jake Johnson, our entire Laker Connections crew here at WTOP-10. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. Enjoy Halloween. We'll see you tomorrow.
Got it in again.
WTOP-10 Nightly News. Submissions are open for Eclipse artwork. Find out where and how it will be featured.
And new details on the Town of Oswego Fire Department's decision on campus fire alarm response.
Plus, the debate across campus. Is the phrase Free Palestine an instance of hate speech?
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Casey DeSalle.
And I'm Mia Dirks.
SUNY Oswego finds itself embroiled in a contentious debate involving defacing of campus property with Free Palestine signs. This phrase, with a complex history, has recently become a slogan calling for an end to Israel's military campaign in Gaza, following Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7th.
However, some say this phrase is anti-Semitic, calling for the destruction of the state of Israel. On Monday, SUNY Oswego President Peter Wosu sent a campus-wide email calling these incidents, quote, disturbing. In the email, the president also denounced hate speech. As our Clarissa Karki reports, the president's remarks have sparked a widespread conversation about free speech and student activism on campus. 2 signs, one spray-painted, another a paper banner, have riled up the SUNY Oswego campus community.
2 signs, one spray-painted, another a paper banner, have riled up the SUNY Oswego campus community. The contents of the sign, Free Palestine, a rallying cry for hundreds of thousands around the world calling for the end to Israeli bombing of the Gaza Strip following Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel. Now, unknown members of the SUNY Oswego community are trying to kickstart the movement here on campus with graffiti, banners, and posters. These acts, which started February 15th, have been met with swift resistance from the campus. 4 days after the initial incident, SUNY Oswego President Peter Wosu sent a campus-wide email condemning the acts of vandalism. He wrote, quote, hate speech or any speech that instills fear has no place at SUNY Oswego. But many students oppose labeling the term Free Palestine as hate speech.
I feel like a hate speech would be an act of trying to bring something down. It was more of something to uplift. So I disagree that I don't believe it was a hate speech.
Some students criticized the president on social media, with one user calling the president's remarks, quote, ignorant. After widespread criticism, the president sent another email clarifying he didn't intend to equate Free Palestine with hate speech. As Gaza's health ministry reports nearly 30,000 deaths in the Strip, SUNY Oswego political science professor Dr. Lisa Glidden says for many students at SUNY Oswego, this is a human rights issue.
You know, like, we are training students to try to be citizens of the world, right? And I think it's really hard for students to look at this and not see it as a human rights issue that needs to be addressed as a human rights issue before it's even addressed maybe as a political issue.
Scott Furlong, the provost and vice president for academic affairs, says the campus is currently trying to ensure student safety while promoting free speech.
As a university, we have an obligation to engage students in speech and free speech issues, and you know we will continue to do that, and probably also move in a direction to have some open forums, something where students can talk a little bit and get information and also have some discussion about the issue.
The tensions between the campus and the ones responsible for this vandalism has escalated further when this wall was found covered with pro-Palestinian posters calling for a ceasefire. Overnight, as you can see, the posters have been removed. University police are investigating these incidents. As the investigations unfold and the discussions evolve, much of the campus remains on the edge.
That was our Clarissa Karki reporting. Now, the student worker who hung the banner at the Moreno Campus Center has been suspended from his job at the welcome desk. Both the president's office and the university police have turned down our interview requests and declined to comment on the issue.
In other news, reports about fire services discontinuing on campus were widely circulating this week. However, the Oswego Volunteer Fire Department is not halting services on SUNY Oswego's campus for the time being.
Our Logan Russo has more.
Process of creating a new fire district to respond to fire activations on the campus. Students around SUNY Oswego are still experiencing the constant fire drills and alarms set off by students and are worried about the impending loss of fire department support. Some students are alarmed by this news and decision due to the amount of students in dorms. But the department's fire commissioner, Robert Lighthall, says that there was just a misunderstanding.
I want to point out at this time, we are still protecting the campus. In the last 24 hours, we've responded to 4 alarms on campus. We are still responding. We intend to still respond until there's a resolve to this.
Lighthall says the timetable to resolve the issue will take at least 2 months, and it should be completed before the semester ends. Reporting at the studio, I'm Logan Russo, WTOP-10.
Members of the campus community are invited to submit artwork for consideration for a special exhibition called Looking Up. The exhibition will be running from April 4th to April 10th in Tyler Hall's Corner Art Gallery on the 2nd floor. It will center around the total solar eclipse occurring on April 8th. Both 2D and 3D art will be accepted and can be submitted until March 25th with no fee. Today was the perfect day to take your dog for a walk.
I definitely agree. I loved walking around the campus today. Now, let's see if this warm weather will continue throughout the week with Storm Team 10 meteorologist David Rienzo.
Yeah, while we do have some warmer temperatures, I should say, they're not going to be some nicer days, unfortunately. We do have a thunderstorm possible tomorrow and on Wednesday, and with that, some also very strong winds, up to about 50-mile-per-hour gusts on Wednesday. With that, we're also seeing some slight chance of snow, so don't count winter as over because it's always coming back to bite you in the butt. I'll have more in my full forecast after the break, but first, back to the desk.
Thank you, David. Mark your calendars. SUNY Oswego is hosting the Spring Career and Internship Fair on March 6th. The fair will take place from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Sweatman Gymnasium in the Marano Campus Center. The career fair is open to all majors.
Members of the Oswego community will soon have the chance to support SUNY Oswego's music department. Its collage concert features a variety of student and faculty talent, and as the name suggests, covers a wide range of musical genres and specialties. The concert's donations support the Music Department Excellence Fund. You can show your support at SUNY Oswego's Waterman Theater this Friday, March 1st at 7:30 p.m.
Still ahead tonight, more restrictions could be heading Trump's way as his newest New York trial nears.
Plus, social media as we know it could be changing. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Back on meteorologist David Rienzo. Right now, you have a beautiful shot of a full moon outside. It is 36 degrees, and luckily the clouds aren't in the way too much. Winds aren't too bad, but it's still feeling pretty cold, making it feel like 34. Tonight, temperatures will stay just above freezing, right around 36 for the most of the night, so you won't have to worry about any ice or snow accumulating. However, for the rest of the week, we have to be careful because there is a slight chance at some lightning later on in the week, as well as very big warning for strong winds, as I mentioned, very strong gusts later in the day, as well as a flash freezing after Wednesday when temperatures drop down, along with just a slight risk of some snow. For tomorrow, it'll be mostly sunny in the morning with some strong winds coming out of the south around 20 miles per hour, as well as some strong gusts. The high for tomorrow will be 59, as I said. We're in for some warmer temperatures. That'll last for tomorrow too. Temperatures will drop down by 52. This is where we're seeing just a slight chance of lightning for Tuesday night, as well as some strong winds. Now, Wednesday is when we really get into the front of the storm. 62 degrees, as well as strong, very strong gusty winds, around 40 miles per hour, and the chance of thunderstorm increases. Later in the day, when you're getting home from classes, that's when you can expect to maybe hear a crack of thunder here or there. The severity is not going to be too strong, but it is something to keep an eye out for. Now, we're also in store for a very thick cold front moving into our area. This is to Wednesday around the morning time. We can expect to see this very cold temperatures move in around 3:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday. That's going to push out these warmer temperatures. So for anyone who's a fan of winter still, you can expect some very, very cold temperatures Wednesday night as this cold front finally passes through. Like I said, some lightning is going to be a slight chance, so make sure that you stay inside. It is safer inside, but make sure you're away from the windows. And if you are happen to be caught outside, stay away from trees or any other tall objects, as that is more likely to be struck by lightning. You want to make sure that you're low to the ground, and that is the safest spot. Also, do not go in your pool. I know it's going to be hot, but a pool is an awful place to stay during a lightning strike. For your 7-day forecast, you'll notice the high temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday, also with those showers possible. Now Thursday, that's when the cold front passes, so we're in for some very cold temperatures Thursday, 29 degrees. It's likely that you'll go outside in the morning and there's going to be some ice, so please be careful. You might want to salt your stairs or your driveway in the morning or at night before you leave. Now temperatures do pick back up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into next week too. We're in for some very sunny temperatures, very sunny weather next week, and some high temperatures associated with that. That is my full forecast. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, David. The Richard S. Shinneman Foundation announced it will be supplying grants for organizations that aim to improve Oswego County. Those who are interested in the strategic grants can start submitting letters of inquiry to begin the application process on Friday. The deadline for large strategic grants is March 29th, and all others must be submitted by April 12th. Visit their website for more information on how to apply.
The Alabama Attorney General's office says they will not prosecute IVF families or providers. The statement comes a week after the state Supreme Court issued an opinion that embryos, whether they're within or outside of a uterus, are children. That means they would be protected under Alabama's Wrongful Death of a Minor Act. At least 3 fertility clinics in Alabama have already halted certain IVF treatment programs over concerns about legal risks. Following the ruling, a bipartisan effort is now underway in the Alabama House and Senate to draft legislation to protect IVF treatments.
Today, Manhattan prosecutors requested a gag order in Trump's criminal hush money case. Prosecutors want to stop the former president from publicly disparaging participants in the trial. That includes potential witnesses, court staff, and family members of lawyers and staff. The former president is charged in New York with falsifying business records relating to hush money he paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels. The criminal trial is scheduled to get underway on March 25th. The Supreme Court heard arguments today with the potential to change the course of social media in this country.
As Ivan Rodriguez reports, Texas and Florida have both passed laws that forbid social media companies from blocking or removing user content that goes against platform rules.
At the heart of Monday's Supreme Court arguments, the First Amendment. Can states ban social media companies from blocking content in order to protect the user's free speech? Or does doing so infringe on the company's First Amendment rights to moderate their own platforms?
If this statute goes into effect, we'd sort of have to fundamentally change our business models.
Texas and Florida both passed laws in 2021 looking to keep social media sites from what the states described as unfairly silencing conservatives. Florida Solicitor General Henry Whitaker argues the state's law is constitutional because it targets behavior, not expression. He says the companies act like public utilities and should be regulated the same way.
The telephone company and the delivery service have no First Amendment right to use their services as a choke point to silence those they disfavor.
Opponents, including NetChoice and industry groups suing to block both laws, argue the laws violate the company's own First Amendment rights to decide what speech to welcome on their private platforms. Their attorney telling the Supreme Court the broad nature of the laws could lead to a wide range of unintended consequences.
These same companies are getting hammered by people that say we're not doing enough to keep material that's harmful to children off of these sites, and yet these laws make it impossible for us to keep material that's harmful to children off of our sites.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Speech on social media channels has been a popular topic for years as it remains largely unregulated by federal law. The Supreme Court's decision on this case could be a first for this country. When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, you might want to think twice before drinking cold water while exercising.
And coming up, depending where you live might increase your chances of developing Alzheimer's.
One occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen. They become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer to that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back. In consumer news, a Houston man is sharing an unusual and frightening story and the medical diagnosis it ultimately led to. When Franklin Arabina was working out, he took a big gulp of ice-cold water and almost died due to heart failure. This was because the cold water was triggering a condition called atrial fibrillation, or AFib, which is when the heart beats out of rhythm. Arabina had heart surgery and has not been to the hospital since, although he still has to take medication.
Where you live might increases your chances of developing Alzheimer's. According to a new study, air pollution and Alzheimer's may be linked. The study used tissue from more than 200 donors in Atlanta that volunteered to donate their brains before their death. Those that lived in more polluted areas had more Alzheimer's-related plaques than those in areas that were less polluted. This study is the most recent discovery in connecting air quality and cognitive decline.
As college tuition continues to rise, it is important to start planning on what savings account you might want to use for your education. The style most commonly used is a 529, and as Gene Sullivan reports, there are some new changes on how these accounts function.
When it comes to saving for college, there are 3 types of accounts parents should know about. Savings account. Your child can use the money for anything, and there's no penalty for withdrawals, but the interest you earn may be lower than other options. Custodial account. No withdrawal penalties as long as the funds are used for the child. Returns are taxed at the child's tax rate. The account can't be transferred to someone else. 529 plan. Your money is invested over a period of years. Any return you earn is exempt from federal taxes. If you direct the funds towards educational expenses, your withdrawals are tax-free. Tony Durkin with Fidelity Investment says 529s offer great benefits.
A 529 is a great tax advantage way to save and pay for qualified educational expenses.
New this year, unused money can be rolled over into a Roth IRA.
That was a barrier to entry for some folks to get into 529s because they didn't know what would happen with those unused money.
Here's how that works. The 529 must be held for the designated beneficiary, in this case your child, for at least 15 years. The transfer amount is subject to IRS limits. It's $7,000 in 2024. There's also a $35,000 lifetime cap for each beneficiary. The tax benefits are a big selling feature.
Every state's different, but a lot of states offer a state tax deduction for contributions made to a 529 account.
And when it comes to savings, contribute as much as you can and often. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Coming up in sports, Ryan Joyce.
Ryan, can you give us a quick preview?
Overtime thriller in the Deb. Basketball team has their dancing shoes on and more basketball for New York City teams. That is what's coming up after the break on WTOP-10.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up with that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Welcome back, everyone, to WTOP-10 News. I'm Ryan Joyce with your Monday Night Sports Report. Starting it off with a Oswego Sports recap after a playoff-stacked weekend for the Lakers. The men's hockey team, running for a SUNY title, fell short to the hands of rival Plattsburgh State, ending their season 3-2 on Saturday night. This game ended up being one of the all-time classics in the rivalry, as it was the 20th meeting between the two, ending in overtime. Tyler Flack and Shane Bull scored a goal in their last games of their Oswego career, with 59 goals between the two to end their career overall. March Madness will get its start right away in Oswego, New York, as the Oswego men's basketball team will host round of 64 and round of 32 games in the Max Zeal Gymnasium on Friday, March 1st and Saturday, March 2nd. Oswego, as a host team, will play the late game Friday at 6 o'clock versus Babson out of Massachusetts, and the early game will be DeSales, who faces off against Williams College at 3:30. The Lakers will try to regroup after their SUNYAC final loss Saturday versus New Paltz. On Saturday, the Duke-Wake Forest men's basketball game didn't go without a little bit of controversy in that one. His star player for Duke, Kyle Filipowski, hurt his ankle during the court-storming celebration after Wake Forest knocked off Duke in the big upset. Duke coach John Shire said in the press conference after the game that the ACC should implement a court-storming ban and not wait till the offseason to address the issue. This comment has taken over social media and is a big topic of conversation for potential change upcoming here in the future. Some local and national news. The Syracuse native Brianna Stewart has re-signed a one-year deal with the New York Liberty. This will be Stewart's second year with the New York Liberty as she rejoins star Sabrina Ionescu in a championship push, trying to give Liberty their first title in their franchise history. Liberty went to the NBA Finals last season and will bring back the same 5 starters from that season, and they'll keep going forward with Brianna Stewart. But moving into Minnesota, the Brooklyn Nets and The Minnesota Timberwolves, Mikal Bridges, now the franchise player here for this Nets team. Jack Vaughn gone, Kevin Ollie in. Nets 21-35 on the year against a big, good Minnesota Timberwolves team. How about second quarter now? Karl-Anthony Towns driving in with authority. Throw it down, big man. Get up there. Big dunk there for Karl-Anthony Towns. Has 28 points and 9 rebounds in this game, and we saw him do it from the low block. How about from the right wing? Knock that one, Karl-Anthony Towns. 4 threes in this ball game. Key player, been on fire since that All-Star game performance. And how about one more for fun here? Little left layup there. Easy one there to go for Karl-Anthony Towns. But the Nets battling in this one, a low-scoring affair overall as Cam Thomas with the basketball, quick crossover, throw it up to Nick Claxton. Lob threat for Nicholas Claxton as he has a great game. This one, 12 points for Nicholas Claxton. And Anthony Edwards now. A couple moves here, spinning around, doing his best Michael Jordan impression as Anthony Edwards, quick Euro step, up and under, and one, gets that one to go. Doing his best impression there too as well. Timberwolves up 12 in this ball game. They will win that ball game. A score of 101-86 to stay as the Western Conference best. Nets stay at 14 games under 500 and now 11th in the Eastern Conference overall.
Ryan, thank you. Stick around to hear more about a Swifties' dream job that is currently hiring.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
Did you know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Good news if you're a Taylor Swift superfan. You could have a new job in London. The Victoria and Albert Museum is seeking a Taylor Swift expert.
To qualify, you'll need to understand the importance and culture behind the friendship bracelets and signs brought to her concerts. And if you're not a Swiftie, have no fear. The museum also wants experts on Crocs, drag, emojis, and rug making. Sounds like a fun job to me. So Ryan, I know big upset today over the weekend for basketball. What are your thoughts on this weekend?
Yeah, it'll be really cool. It's second year they're going to host here at the Max Seal, so it'll be a pretty good team. They're playing against really good teams, and for a couple from Massachusetts, one from Connecticut, so it should be a really good game overall and a fun weekend. I expect everyone there, students and fans, to be there for this game.
Yeah, I'm very excited to watch as well.
That's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for the break with Scott and Kaley.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.
It looks like it's working.
To talk all things late night study break. Plus, we're taking a look back at our weekend in our weekend recap. And welcome Kaley. It's a whole new season with an all new co-host, and we couldn't be more excited. Right now.
In the Murano Campus Center, it's The Break with Scott Brubaker,
and Kaley Richmond.
It all starts in 3,
2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Break. It is now season 4 of our show, and we're starting off this season right because Kaley Richmond is officially the co-anchor of The Break. Welcome to you. How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, Scott, I am wonderful. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for asking me to be your new co-host.
Of course,
I'm a fan of the show, and I'm so excited to see where this semester takes us.
So, fun fact, I should point out, this isn't the first time, I did not get a picture of this, I should have. This isn't the first time Kaley has been on our show. No. You filled in during our hour-long season finale back last fall.
Just as the teleprompter, I believe.
As the teleprompter, but we did like when we go around and we introduced the crew, so you got to say hello, so it wasn't your first time. So.
Exactly, I guess I just chose the right day to come onto the show.
No, you really did, which was perfect, you know. We're gonna get to meeting our crew a little bit later on in this season as well, so we can't wait to show that.
Awesome.
How are you doing? How's your day been?
My day's been good. I mean, it was pretty hectic for me. You know, I had like 3 classes today, so yeah. How have you been, Scott?
I've been really good. I've been prepping for this. I was up real late prepping for this, and I've been prepping for this all day, so I'm really excited, and we have a lot to talk about today, so
we do have a lot.
Should we get right into it?
Let's get right into it, Scott.
All right, our first topic of the day. So February is known as the month of love, and with that comes strawberries. And tomorrow just happens to be National Strawberry Day.
Well, that's right, Scott. So a fun tidbit about strawberries, the ancient Romans believed they had medical purposes, being prescribed to cure everything from a sore throat to depression. Also, another fun fact, despite their name, strawberries are part of the rose family. What is that?
The rose, like the flower.
Oh,
like
okay.
the flower. And that's apparently something with the smell, too.
Interesting.
I don't know. So what are your favorite fruits?
Oh, that's a tough decision. I do love strawberries, but I also love grapes.
Which we have some here.
We do. I actually
kind of the end of the bag. We've been snapping.
Yeah, I did eat most of them, but Scott brought them in for me, so that was very nice of you, Scott. But yeah, I love both red and green. I can never really choose. So, would you say yours are strawberries, Scott?
My favorite. Oh, that's really tough.
I know, right?
I didn't think about this. I wrote this story. You know, I really
You asked me this earlier.
I know. I like the little like tangerines, like the little halos or stuff that you get. I think those are really fun. I also really like kiwis, and I'm going to say something really controversial to get the show started. I eat kiwis with the skin on them, okay? Jacob Bradley's laughing over there at the monitor at me. I hear people yelling at me in my ear as well.
Oh,
but it's
Lord.
good. They're safe to eat with the skin, and you don't have to go through the process of like peeling them and like cutting them up, things like that.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to go right into our next
okay.
topic.
Well, we're going to continue this conversation
We are going to continue.
A later date,
Yes,
so
we will. But as of today, there are. It says 20 days here, but I don't think that's accurate.
Yes, it is.
It is?
At least I think it is. So.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say it. There are 20 days until one of my favorite holidays, St. Patrick's Day. I forgot my Shamrock glasses at home, but, you know, coming from Syracuse, this holiday has always been an integral part of my life. So I want to ask you, Scott, what are your favorite things to do on St. Patrick's Day, and how will you be celebrating this year?
So last year, I celebrated St. Patrick's Day watching a hockey game, actually, which was really fun. And I'm pretty sure the team's colors were... I'm trying to think back now.
Yeah.
I don't remember if their team colors were green or like if they just like did it green because it was St. Patrick's Day. I don't remember. It was our local team in Elmira. And usually for St. Patrick's Day, I just like hang out with my friends. You know, I've spent it with family the past couple times because we've been home over break. What about you? Do you have plans for that?
Well, I usually just stay home with my family, and my father loves to play St. Patrick's Day music, and we always make corned beef, which is very good. We only have it once a year, but St. Patrick's Day is the day to do it.
Of course.
There's also the parade in Syracuse, so we always love to go see that. I was an Irish dancer for like a year or so.
Okay.
I'm actually named after an Irish dance. Spelling is so different, but I quit shortly after that. But no, it's a fun holiday. And
there's a St. Patrick's Day parade in Oswego.
That's right.
Is it this weekend?
No, next weekend, March 9th.
I want to go to it.
Me too.
Maybe we can go. Maybe we can film something for the show.
Maybe.
It'd be fun. I haven't been, and like I had friends go last year, and I like got a little FOMO skipping out on it.
Yeah.
But
we'll talk
whatever.
later.
We'll talk later. All right. So our last topic of the day: pop sensation Taylor Swift has officially made her way down under to perform. You see what I did there?
I see
to
what you did
perform for Swifties down in Sydney, Australia.
So if you are not aware, I am a huge Swiftie myself. I even went to see Taylor Swift over the summer in Massachusetts. Definitely a lot different than Australia, but Scott, tell me what that would be like.
So I'm just gonna say, so we do have a picture, I think, of you when you were at your concert. I'm gonna say in Australia, it's summer there right now. So I'm really hoping wherever this venue is that they have it. There you are. You want to talk about this, and then I'll get back on my Australia.
Yeah, sure.
kick.
So I went with my friend Maya. We went to Foxborough, Massachusetts at Gillette Stadium to see Taylor Swift in May, and we had beautiful weather. But the day after that, she was performing at Gillette Stadium for 3 days. Unfortunately, the day after that, it was a totally rained out show, but we were blessed with awesome weather, and there's a picture. You could see Taylor just a little bit, but Maya and I did kind of a contrasting. She did a Lover era look, and I did a Reputation era look, so we were kind of like an angel devil kind of thing, but you know, the Swifties will understand with that one. But it was such an amazing experience, and I hope to see her again very soon.
Yeah, so also I was saying in Australia, all I'm saying is I hope whatever venue she's in, there's AC, because it's summer there. And when I left in December, it was 102 degrees Fahrenheit the Thursday before I left.
Wow.
So and that was the beginning of summer. So I'm just saying I hope that they're somewhere with AC, especially because I know like her concerts get hot.
Yes, they do, especially when she was in South America. Like those people were had to have been like sweating so much.
Sure.
But
right.
anyway, let's move on
to our favorite segment. How real are we?
Okay, so I guess we'll start with me. So this weekend, we had the.
It's okay, keep talking.
All right, we just
there it is.
we thought we were going to a break for a second, but we had the SUNYAC semifinals for our men's hockey team, and there's me, our floor manager Alex Brooks, and Jolie Santiago. We were the Perch people, and we hosted the pregame show, the hockey intermission shows, and the postgame show. And this is us. I believe I was on time for this one, and I think we were probably in the middle of a period somewhere, but I was just like, guys, let's be real, and you know, they posed for the picture, so it was nice.
All right, what else? Oh, it's mine. Okay.
Oh, it's yours now.
So
okay.
This was my favorite one. This was Monday Night News last week during our run through. Yeah, and it was like this was like moments before we went on air. I was like, let me take it. I was like, Kaylee. So we took it. That was my favorite one. So I was on time for that. Yes. I've been really bad about being on time recently.
Same.
So
yeah, me too.
That's my fault. All right, what else?
All right, so I guess this is me slacking. So I was a bit late for class today. This was me walking from my house on campus to Mahar Hall. And yeah, I was kind of just speed walking, and I was like, oh man, I didn't do my Be Real today, so thought I'd take it, and this would be my slacking one.
Ooh, this is rough. This
you
is
were
a rough
totally
one for
slacking
me.
there.
This is my slacking.
Wow.
This was actually, I remember when I downloaded it, I had to look. This was at like, I think this was Sunday maybe, and this was like 3 in the afternoon, so it wasn't even like the morning, so that's kind of embarrassing for me, but you know, get the Sunday scaries. I had a lot of work due. We got it done, thankfully, but
yeah.
I know, we'll keep you updated on our lives through our Be Reals throughout the rest of the semester. So yeah. Now we're going to send it over to the man who was once fired from the show for talking bad about us live on air, but the lawyers forced us to hire him back. The one, the only, the man bun, Mr. Jacob Bradley.
So Bradley, what will you be breaking down for us today?
Yeah, shout out the lawyers. I'm in the abyss over here. Also, just wanted to shout out too. I also eat kiwis with the skin.
See, so I'm not the only one.
Only
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
You're not the only one. But today we're gonna play a little game that was actually suggested by Scott. It is person, place, or thing. So I'm gonna give you guys just like the generic person, place, or thing topic. Then you guys can only ask me yes or no questions. And then after each of you asks 2, I'll give you a hint. If you still don't get it, then we'll go from there. So yeah, I'll start by giving you guys a person, and for the back, we're gonna do number 2. Let's start with number 2 on this one. So yeah, no peeking, no peeking.
Okay, we won't look.
Go ahead,
we got 3 minutes, 2 and a half.
So go ahead and start with the yes or no questions.
It's
a person.
It's a person.
It's a person.
Is this person famous?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this person alive?
Yes.
Do we ask more yes or no questions?
Yeah, you can ask them.
Okay. Is this person a politician?
No.
Is this person a singer?
No. This person is a billionaire.
Is it Jeff Bezos?
It is Jeff Bezos.
Oh!
It is Jeff Bezos. Ding,
Okay.
ding, ding, ding. Good job.
Perfect. 1 point for Scott. Okay.
All right, we'll move to a place next.
Yeah.
Let's do
Ooh,
number
little
4.
pause.
Let's go with number 4 for in the back.
Okay.
So we'll start with Kaley this time if you want to rip it off with the yes or no questions.
Okay. What is this again? Is this,
This
a place?
this is a place. Sorry.
A
This is
place. Is this place in New York?
No.
Okay.
Is it in the U.S.?
It is.
Okay.
Is this place on the East Coast?
No.
Is it on the West Coast?
That would be yes.
There's more than just the East Coast and West Coast. Come on, Bradley.
Is this place a major city?
Yeah. Do you know it?
Is it? I have a guess.
Go
You
on.
should guess. You should know.
Is this place Los Angeles?
It is Los Angeles.
Yay, I've been there.
Wow.
All right, I think we have time for one tiebreaker.
For a tiebreaker?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's do another person. Let's go with number 3. Let's
Okay.
go with number 3 for back there. So we'll start with Scott this time with the yes or no's.
Okay. Is this person? I was asking, is this person alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this person famous?
No.
Oh, okay.
He is not.
Does this person go to school here?
He does. Oh, I
Oh,
just
it's a
gave away some
he.
stuff.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's our hint. That's our hint.
That's your hint. Yeah, there you go.
Is this person involved with WTOP?
Yes.
Is this person on this show?
Yes.
Is this person Scott Brubaker?
It is not Scott Brubaker, no.
Is this person? I'm gonna say Mike Griswold.
It is Mike Griswold.
It's Mike Griswold.
It's Mike
Yeah.
Griswold. Hooray.
Mike, shout out Mike Griswold.
Yes,
our-
Mike
So Scott
Griswold.
takes home the win for the
Oh,
first
thank you.
game
Great
of the
job.
semester.
Great game.
We'll have more. We'll have more. We'll have
How
more.
exciting.
More. This was fun.
Thank you.
This is
Real
fun.
quick, I do want to point out. Thank you, Jacob Bradley.
Yes,
Of course.
Thank
Thank you guys for having
We'll
me.
see you next week, of course.
For sure,
right?
of course.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go back
Yeah.
into my abyss and hang
Yes,
out
go
until you
back
guys
to
can go
the
back out
abyss.
again.
Real quick, I did want to say before we send it to break, our intro video at the beginning, real shout out to Sam K and the back, our graphics person. Give her a round of applause. She
She's
edited
awesome.
that intro video together and it looks amazing. All right, so coming up, we're sitting down with Ashley Daly to discuss the late night study break.
We will be right back after this. Woo! All right.
I forgot last week was like short because it was.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill
Should
told
we
me it
tell
was
him?
Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is
It's
it?
Al Roker.
Hi guys, welcome back to The Break. This upcoming weekend, Student Engagement and Leadership, along with several other campus partners, are collaborating to host a late night study break, also known as the MCC Takeover.
To talk more about the event and what students can expect, we have one of the organizers, Ashley Daly. Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me today.
Of course.
Of course, thank you so much for joining us. It's exciting. So, what goes into planning an event like this?
A lot. As you can imagine, I mean, we have events going throughout the entire Marano Campus Center building. We have food. There is contracts that go into it. We want to make sure that it's scheduled at a time that's going to work well for students. We started this last spring, and we called it the Late Night Study Break because it happens the week before spring break. And so we want to give everybody an opportunity to get out of your dorms, get out of the library, have an opportunity to come out and have fun. Every time we do it, we try to make sure that we are bringing new and exciting things that maybe we haven't had here before, or we haven't had here in a while. So yeah, just a lot of different moving parts, I would say, and just making sure we really fill the building and that it can be a really exciting event for students when they come.
And how has it been working with other campus partners for this event?
Yeah, that's probably the best part is that we have collaborators and some of my colleagues work with me on the event. It would be a lot for one person to do. And I would say we all bring our different unique perspective to it as well. So for example, make and takes are not necessarily my thing, but some of my colleagues that I've been working on the event with have really taken the lead on that, right? And so in the past, we've contracted with vendors who would come in and lead the make and takes, where this year we have purchased everything from Amazon and we're going to be leading the make and takes ourselves, and or we'll have students doing it. So just different ways that we can be resourceful with our funds and try to bring as much different engagement and activities that we can for the students.
So you said last year was the first time you did it. And then you did it in the fall. How was the success of last year? How did that contribute to continuing this program on into this year?
Yeah, so to my knowledge, the first time that we've ever done it is in the spring of last year. I know that sometimes when Ozfest is inside, it has a similar feel, but just to do it kind of in the middle of the spring semester was new. We had no idea the turnout that we were going to have. We ran out of food within the first, I think, hour of the event, maybe even sooner than that.
I was there. I was one who unfortunately did not get food. So
yes.
I can tell you that.
So it was a good problem to have, though, right? The event was really successful. Students loved it. And because of that, it's kind of been the reason that we've been able to continue to get the funds to do the event for the third time now. So we did it last spring, we did it in the fall for Welcome Week, and now we're going to do it again this spring.
You said earlier that you try to incorporate new things every time you do it. So what can students expect this year for the study break?
Yeah, so, well, I want to point out some of the things that we were really excited about for the past event. So the main thing in the spring was the mobile smash room. I don't know if anybody participated in that, where you got to throw the plate.
Oh, really? Yeah,
I missed that one.
Yeah, I did miss that one. Okay.
That one was in Sweatman Gym, so you could write something on the plate, I hate Professor so-and-so, or whatever you want, and then you could throw it and the plate would break. So that was something we were really excited about. In the fall, we brought the Dan Cakes, so they're pancake artists. I don't know if you,
Yes, I think I've seen something like that on TikTok before, but yeah, I must have, that's very cool.
So that was something that we were very excited about. You can show the artist a picture and they will draw it into the pancake.
Wow.
This year, I probably don't want to say what we're going to be bringing. That would be exciting.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
I think everything that we're going to be bringing is exciting. One thing that we started in the fall and we're doing again is Sweatman will be completely glow in the dark.
Oh, that's very
cool.
cool.
I'll say that.
So we did that, the ice skating, we have a picture of it. We went ice skating in the dark last year and it was super fun. And we have literally 10 seconds left. So if you had just a few words to give to students to come, what would you say?
Come early so you can get a free t-shirt. Definitely come and get some food and try to make it throughout the entire building from start to finish. It should take you about 2 hours. That's the goal.
Wow.
All right, perfect. Ashley, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So the Late Night Study Break is happening this Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. as she said, all over the Marano Campus Center.
And when we come back, we're taking a look at the fun we had this weekend in our weekend recap.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching The Break on WTOP-10.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black. Look at the bling. Do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
Welcome back to The Break with Scott and Kaley. This weekend was Gold Rush weekend in Oswego sports, such as hockey and basketball games happened here. Here is our best attempt at vlogging on The Break. This is Weekend Recap.
Hey guys, it's Kaley here. Scott and I thought it would be a cool idea to do a type of vlog section of our show. So this weekend, I am hosting the pregame show for the men's hockey SUNY playoffs. Sorry, my brain wasn't working right away.
You can watch
but
it, yeah.
Scott is also on the crew for that show. Come along on this journey with me as I get ready to host the pregame show. So exciting. Let's go eat breakfast. Hey guys, I'm back. So, made myself an everything bagel with butter. Simple breakfast this morning. And also, very important, coffee. I'm gonna need coffee. It's gonna be a long day of production. So, cheers. Okay, checking in. I kind of skipped a few steps, but I have my makeup ready, because it's one less thing I have to do when I get there. It's a sunny day out, so we're gonna put on some shades. This isn't what I'm going to be wearing, but I just like to be in a comfy outfit when I work on my host script. But yeah, 50% of the way done. I'm just waiting for Scott to get ready, and then he's gonna drive me to the campus center where the studio is, and we're gonna prep for the show. Oh, I just stepped outside to put my trash out, but don't let the sun fool you. It's about 15 degrees outside, so stay warm, y'all. Stay warm. All right, we have escaped the cold air and we are in Scott's house, just waiting for him to come down so he can drive me, because I'm not walking in this weather. It's crazy. But is he coming down? I hear footsteps. Hi, Scott.
Good morning.
This is the vlog.
This is for the vlog.
This is for the vlog.
Dog with a vlog.
Dog with a vlog. The break vlog.
I'm just gonna have soup. Do you want soup?
Okay. We can split soup. Or I was just gonna get like poutine or something at Crossroads after the pregame show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'll put that.
Poutine, baby, poutine.
I'm gonna grab some crackers.
Okay. Update, we are in the car. Scott is queuing up a song that has been stuck in his head.
Can't play it though for copyright reasons.
Oh, okay. We won't let it play, but yeah, we are on the way to WTOP right now. It is currently, I didn't look. I saw nothing. But my call time is 1 o'clock and it's currently, 12:59. So we gotta hurry. All right, see you at the studio.
Alrighty, so we just got to the studio. I am here at the graphics machine, which is my position for the first game. I'm trying to think, I don't know if I've ever worked graphics for basketball before, so not really sure what I'm doing, but you know what? I'm gonna learn. It's gonna slay, so stay tuned to find out. Right, so I finished all my graphics. Now I'm just kind of chilling out here until we get started. Here's everybody else. Everyone say hi. Hi. You are now officially going to be on The Break with Scott and Kaley.
I'm so excited.
Woo!
All right. Well, I am all prepped for the hockey game. We are all very, very disappointed that the men's basketball team lost against New Paltz in the SUNY Championship. But that's okay. We have hockey now, and we're all ready to go. You all are going to be on The Break with Scott and Kaley. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! We are so hyped. And I will see you on the perch very soon. Woo!
Okay, so I'm really hoping Kaley Richmond's doing a better job at taking videos today than I am, because I've been very, well, I wouldn't say distracted, I've been focused in the control room, so here's a look of what's happening while we're in here.
Yeah, save mount. Yeah, physicality mount. Yeah. Geneseo Portland full screen.
Actually, let's loosen physicality mount.
Okay. So then we're going save mount straight to Geneseo Portland full.
Yes.
Okay. What's up?
We just finished the pregame show. Let's go! I'm so bad at vlogging. I'll try to keep you updated. Just FYI, it's the start of the second period. This is the vlog for The Break with Scott and Kaley. We are in line to get poutine. We want chicken poutine. For the last time. Don't see that.
14,
13, 12, 11,
way back
10,
76.
9,
Back
8,
when the
7,
earth was cooling.
6,
We're
5,
watching WTO.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hold. Throw that in.
And go. Tie game at the end of the second period. Welcome back to the Perch for your second period intermission show. I'm your host, Kaley Richmond, joined alongside by analyst Alex Brooks and Jolie Santiago. Like we said before, Plattsburgh really stepped up their game to make it an even more exciting matchup. We are at the end. We're at the end of the second period intermission. We are at the beginning of the third period. It's still a tied game, but you know what? Hoping for that win. We just finished our second period intermission show.
That was something.
Words are
hard.
You know, it's hard to talk about like something where it's like a high game.
Yeah.
You're going back and forth. You can only work so much.
Exactly. So,
A few minutes later.
we are going into what? Overtime. Let's go. See you back in overtime. Well, we lost in OT.
Very sad.
Very sad. It's our last hockey broadcast. Well, we're on our way back to get notes from our producer. Anyway. See you back in the studio. We are signing off. It's been a busy day. We're gonna be better vloggers next time, but anyway,
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you back in the studio in 3, 2, 1. It was a bittersweet day full of unfortunate losses and last sports broadcast for us, but we just found out today that Oswego will be hosting the NCAA championships in the Max Zeal Gym. Scott, this was your first time seeing this vlog all the way through. What do you think?
It was so good. It was a range of emotions. I laughed. I was like on the verge of tears, but you know, we at least have one more sports broadcast.
We
It's
do.
not Oswego, but right? Am I right about that? Okay.
Oswego.
Oh, it is Oswego. Never mind. The
Great.
floor's yelling at me. All right, we got to get going. All right.
We do. Yeah. Well, that was fun. Coming up after our spring break, we'll have our St. Patty's episode.
But first, a reminder, all 3 episodes of The Breakdown Under are available on the WTOP-10 YouTube page. Go give them a watch. You're not going to regret it. That's all for today.
Thanks for taking a break with us.
Have a good night, everyone.
Welcome.
To off the clock. All right. We kind of did it, but really
nailed it, guys.
did not
my voice.
Actually,
It just did not want to sing.
Do that well, but that's okay. Well, we have a great show planned for you guys. We're going to start with a fit check, of course.
And then we have a very special guest who we are excited to show you.
Then we will have the question of the day. Let's get started.
Alrighty. As always, the fit check. I come first.
Maddie, of course.
Me. It's my moment. All right. Put the pom-pom down. It doesn't clash.
It's not a part of your fit?
It clashes.
It's not a part of your outfit, though?
I mean, the blue
It
and
could
the yellow,
be. It could be.
I feel like they kind of go, but no.
Nope, okay.
Nope, too staticky. All right, so first of all, we got the earrings, little bows with rhinestones that I got from my friend Kaley. Shout out to Kaley. I got my top from Cider a couple years ago, so that's where that's from. Jeans are from Maurice's, and you know me well enough by now, boots are Sperry's. And that's that.
Okay, guys. The top my roommate gave me. I don't even know where it's from, but I appreciate her. Jeans are American Eagle, and then the Converse.
The same Converse as always that we always wear.
Yeah, I feel like we have our signature shoes at
this
point.
I know. I love those Converse, so I want those.
They're very, very cute.
Thank you.
I do adore them.
We'll start with my shoes. Why not, actually? But they're obviously the same shoes. Got my Nike Air Force Ones. And then I got my Levi jeans, which I feel like I wear a lot too. And my shirt is from American Eagle.
They're very, very cute.
Yes, they're my favorite jeans, so I wear them lots.
We love it.
Yeah, that is my outfit for today.
Alrighty, so after the break, we have our grand guest reveal now. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Are you guys ready?
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll. We are going to have a few people from the Octavia a cappella group on campus. So Octavia is the all-women's a cappella group. They just founded this year. So
oh, really? I didn't
very
realize
exciting.
that.
Yeah, very exciting
hear.
time for them. They've had one performance already, and they're looking forward to a second. So it's going to be great to have them on the show.
Excited. All right, we'll see you after the break.
Bye.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Hi.
Just talking.
we got a hot mic.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
But
Welcome back.
Our group is here. So do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. So I am Faith, and I'm a junior here at Oswego and the director of Octavia.
I'm Bailey. I'm a member of Octavia, obviously, and I'm also the group's social media coordinator.
I'm Gemma, and I'm in the group.
Lovely. Gemma is in the group.
And I'm Charlotte, and I'm a member too.
Number 2.
Love it.
Very nice.
Okay, so okay. We are going to ask a few questions about the group.
First, they're going to sing for us.
Oh my gosh, how could I miss that?
I know. The best part. I'm so
bad at
excited.
reading teleprompter,
I'm
guys.
so excited for them to sing for us.
Me too. So please tell us what you're going to sing.
Yeah, so we're going to sing Shake It Out by Florence and the Machine.
Very nice. Okay. Whenever you are ready.
I'm so excited. Wait, first, do you guys want to stand or sit?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to stand? Oh, yeah, that's completely fine. Here.
Look at me. I'm just like,
Come
go.
over here. You
Like,
can't.
I think we leave now.
All right, guys. Then whenever you guys are ready, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, just one moment. Gotta pull up the pitch.
But why the hell am I gonna let it happen to me? Shake it out, shake it out. Whoa. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whoa. Shake it out. And it's hard to dance with them on your back, so shake 'em up.
That was amazing, guys.
Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely.
That was beautiful. You guys can come sit back down if you want. Sure. Here, you're attached to the mic. I'm sorry. There's moving back for you guys. Were you?
Oh, on the.
Here.
I'm with what?
Side. Like behind, you were like
dear.
behind
Well,
her
that's
more.
okay. That's framing is not an exact
Yeah, that's
science. But yeah, here we go. Where is? There she is. She's
Sorry,
moving
I was
her
fixing the camera for you guys.
Thank you, Steph. What an angel. What an angel.
That was so good.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was so cool. Thank you guys
You are
so
quite
much.
skilled.
I could never.
No.
No, me neither.
A lot of breath control.
Yeah.
Girl, wow.
If you heard Cece and I singing before the show, you would know.
You guys were here. You heard everything.
You heard it,
I
yeah.
thought that was your audition.
It was an informal audition. You want it to be an audition? It can be an audition.
Yeah.
I fully expect to be rejected, but you know. Well, anyways, now that you guys are here, it's time for my questions that I have been clearly chomping at the bit to ask.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I love interviewing people. Can you guys tell us a bit how Octavia was formed?
Yeah, so I came up with the idea because we have a bunch of vocal ensembles on campus. We have like the Laker Chorale, which is non-auditioned, with serious choral music, State Singers, which is auditioned, serious choral music, gospel choir, and we have Vocal Effect, which is the show choir here. But I don't know about you guys. I can't dance. So I think that this was a great opportunity to introduce a new type of music to the community.
For sure, it definitely was. And now you named the band, or not band, the group Octavia. Is there a meaning behind that?
So I just wanted a strong female lead character type name, and also a cappella Octavia, and we started with 8 members, so it kind of fit.
That's perfect.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. And have you grown since?
Not yet, because we just started like mid this semester, so we're hoping to at least double next semester.
That's lovely. Okay. Well, you just had your first concert on April 21st. Can you tell us a little bit about that night and what was your favorite part?
Do you guys want to answer that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so that was our first concert. We did it at the Rivers End bookstore, and it turned out pretty good. I mean, obviously we were really nervous because it was like our first time ever, literally the group like ever performed. But I thought it went really well, considering we put a lot of prep into it. And for this upcoming concert, I definitely feel like we're more prepared and it'll be even better.
What's your guys' favorite song to sing, like a cappella? Is there like a song that just kind of fits it perfectly?
Do you guys like a certain one?
Yeah.
I mean, like from the group, I think we kill it at Shake It Off.
Shake It Off.
Yeah. Agreed.
That was really good. Yeah, I can agree too.
It's very fun.
It was indeed. Okay, well, Thank you guys so much for sharing everything with us. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're currently working on? We did see the one song, Shake It Off. Is there anything else you're kind of working towards for your next concert?
Yeah, so besides Shake It Out, we've also performed Somewhere Only We Know by Keen. And then also Charlotte, right here, she also arranged Stay by Rihanna for us.
Ooh.
No.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, Cece's about to show up to your concert. I know. You're going to be like requesting songs to be like, okay.
Oh my God.
Yes. All right, well, thank you guys so much for coming to join us. You're going to be staying for the next block, but you can see Octavia's next performance on Thursday, May 4th in the Murano Campus Center Auditorium, so stick around after a quick break to see us test our musical knowledge.
Go see it.
Yeah.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Down, scroll down.
Okay.
Yay!
Welcome back to Off the Clock, guys.
This is the day of catching us off guard.
It is. I know. We're always trying to prepare here and during these breaks.
We are indeed, to make your product amazing.
But we're gonna be playing a really fun game now with Octavia.
Absolutely. We're going to be playing Guess the Song.
Yeah.
And for this, we're going to be getting lyrics to a song and trying to guess the name. Cece wrote these out. So, Cece, you want to take it away?
Yes,
the first
ma'am.
lyric. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it like a news reporter. The bed's getting cold and you're not here.
Ooh. The Heart
That's
Wants What It Wants, Selena Gomez.
Wow, that was too fast. Did you guys know that?
No.
I was gonna read the second line,
but I wouldn't have gotten it.
That would have took me so long to get.
I love that. It's on my playlist for
Is
the
it
summer.
really?
Yeah, so that's why I've been like
Nice.
singing it all the time in the car.
Okay, one quote for Maddie.
One for Maddie.
1 point.
Wait.
Yeah, she gotta wave the.
I have 4 of these. Okay. The second one. Let's see. I know that we are upside down.
I know that
Don't look at me. I don't know this song.
Do you guys know? That's like such a little
Okay.
bit of a song. Who's it by? Can you give us that?
Sing it.
No, because if I do, it's gonna. No, if I sing it, you guys are gonna get it.
I don't know.
Should I get the second? I'm gonna get the
Give us the
second
second
line.
line, yeah.
Okay. So hold your tongue and hear me out.
Know that you're upside down, so hold your.
Sing it.
I know that we are upside down.
Oh.
So hold your
What is this
tongue
song's
and hear
name?
me out. That was not good, but it was, it was something.
Oh,
I
it's
know
Katy
the
Perry,
song now.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
Katy Perry.
No?
No, it's
Am
not.
I wrong?
Okay, they're telling us no.
Lead singer
Are you
for
gonna
Paramore.
stay tonight or something?
Haley Williams.
Oh,
No.
are you gonna stay the night?
It has Haley Williams featured. Yeah.
It's
Wait.
not airplanes. It's the.
I know the song. I can sing the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
I know the song, but not the name of it.
Copyrighted. Stop.
I don't know if that.
We don't want to get
Copyrighted.
Stay the Night.
Yeah.
By Haley Williams.
Haley
Yes.
Williams?
And Zed.
Okay. Oh,
Zed.
Zed.
Yeah.
That's it. Zed.
Okay, point.
Goodness.
Next one. Let's see. And I got that red lipstick. Wait. I got that red lipstick classic thing that you like.
Oh, style.
Yeah.
I think you guys said it first.
That was supposed to be for
you.
you. Listen, I'm going to step
Who
a
was
point.
it in Octavia?
Style.
Okay, Bailey.
By
Sorry,
Taylor
Bailey gets a
Swift,
point.
guys.
Okay, everyone gets
He's
a point.
Swiftie.
Are you guys Swifties?
Damn.
No. Okay, we got some yeses. We got some no's over there.
That's the other
I
question.
am.
Are you going to it?
Very exciting.
Don't kill me for it.
It's
I'm
okay.
going
We're
to
not
one
going to
too.
attack you. Are you going to one too?
Yeah.
I'm going to the May
No, I feel left
21st one that has Phoebe Bridgers and Gracie Abrams.
That's a good one.
This girl somehow got $50 tickets.
Wow.
Where?
How?
In the pre-sale.
What?
Yeah, in the actual reading
Where's
room.
your seat?
One of my friends got it in the pre-sale.
It's like a farther one away, but still she makes it a great show for everyone.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
Where are you going?
I'm going to MetLife.
Nice. I'm going to Gillette Stadium in Massachusetts.
Wow.
That's a bit of a hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be cool though.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, I think it's time for our next.
Okay, this is the last one. Okay, I gotta read this one like a robot.
There's one more, I thought.
Or actually, you're right. No, actually, you're wrong.
What?
No, you're right. Okay, truly, I ain't got no business here, but since my friends are here, I just came to kick it.
Oh, I know that.
You're right. There's another one.
Yeah, there's another one.
Is it called Here?
Yeah, someone's got
it's
it.
Here?
Yeah.
Charlotte. What was it?
It's Here by Alyssa Cara, right? That's her name.
Oh, Alessia Cara. Alessia Cara? Is it Cara?
Damn. Alicia?
Oh.
Alyssa? I should know because that's my I know this song, but
I have no clue what we're talking
we'll
about.
see.
So, you got
guys
that one, right?
like I'm gonna sing it for you,
Wonderful.
okay?
Have you guys sang any of these songs?
Sing 30 seconds or less.
Okay. Truly, I ain't got. Oh, damn, I forgot the melody. You know what? Forget it. Next. Let's see. When I get chills at night, I feel it deep inside without you. This one's gonna wreck your brains.
It's gonna wreck our brains?
Yeah.
What?
I feel like
my brain is already broken.
I feel like no one's gonna get it.
Staring at the wrong camera.
I know. Should I say the next line?
We can all see the next line of the teleprompter,
Okay.
you know.
Well, whatever. Know how to satisfy, keep that tempo right without you.
Anything?
No.
No? Yeah, me neither.
Worse. No thoughts.
I'll give you a year.
I'm just reading it right now.
2015.
Give us a hint. What's the artist
It's
first?
a girl.
Okay.
And her initials are HS.
Oh, wait. Haley Steinfeld.
Wait,
Steinfeld?
say it again. Can you say the lyric again for me?
Okay, which one? The first one?
Yeah.
Can you scroll up a little bit? Oh, no, actually no. When I get chills at night, I feel it deep inside you. Know how to satisfy, keep that tempo right without you.
I don't know.
It's Haley's.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
I forgot how it goes.
Oh, I'm so close. I am so close. My brain, I can feel it. It's moving.
When I get chills at night. That's
I
30
feel
seconds.
you deep inside.
Without you. Yeah.
Do you guys know? And you guys are looking a little confused over there too.
Know how to satisfy.
This is a tough one.
It is.
I love myself. I love me. I love myself, and I don't love anyone else.
Is
love myself? Yes.
Wow,
I love myself.
We got there.
Oh, that's how we got today, folks.
Good,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Love
you.
yourself.
I do love myself. I'm amazing.
That's
Okay.
Bruh.
Are we gonna go?
Did you win the whole thing?
I think she might have.
Perhaps.
She got a lot of them right.
I'm very competitive.
You were, oh my god.
It's a little bit of a problem. But
It's okay.
I think it's time for the question of the day.
Yeah, so explain it to you guys. Every show we have a question that we all just kind of talk about, and it's always kind of deep, kind of not, kind of
Sometimes, yeah. Today,
sometimes it's what's your favorite French fry. Sometimes it's like this. So.
you know, this is kind of deep. I feel like.
Yeah, it is.
We gave you a hard one. Sorry, guys.
Ooh. Yeah.
Emotions. But yeah, who wants to read it off?
So, what is your favorite memory that is attached to a song? Because you know how sometimes songs and memories kind of go together.
Deep, huh?
Yeah, it's hard.
Do you want? I'll go first. I'll go
Yeah.
first. I prepared just in case. Anyway, At my camp, we were all sitting around the campfire singing Country Roads, and I know it's such a cliche, but I absolutely adored it because it just felt like the scene out of a movie. Like all the bonfire was gorgeous. Like you could hear all the frogs croaking in the woods, and the water was like splashing on the shore. I'm giving like ASMR right now. It was literally so amazing. So that is something that I always kind of connect the two with.
That's a good memory.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you.
Thanks. Does anyone have one?
You know,
Gemma has
mine. I think this is gonna sound like I peaked in middle school, but I promise I hope I didn't. But I sung in this talent show. It was from Moana. The I've been staring at the edge.
Yes.
What is that? How far I'll go?
How far I'll go?
Yeah, that's and then I won second place, and I was like little 7th grade me was so happy. That was like the first thing I've ever won. So it was just like, I don't know, whenever I think of that song, it's just so cute to me. It just makes me feel like a child.
Achievements girl.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah. Are you guys still thinking? Is everyone else still thinking?
I have one.
Oh, lovely. Okay, Faith is gonna go.
So Africa by Toto is my favorite because my best friend from high school, that was like the last song that we sang together in chorus. So yeah.
That's actually really cute. That's really sweet.
Before the COVID hit.
Were you a COVID graduate? Were you 2020? Same.
Yeah.
Same.
My course sang Africa like twice, or I had to sing it for all county, and then we sang it for regular course. I swear I sang that all the time.
Damn, I really don't got one.
There's songs like that I used to sing like when I was a kid too that you used to like, and I'm trying to remember the names of them. But I had like this little iPod Nano that was pink, and I would like just play music over and over again. And it was, I can't remember what song. I used to love Hannah Montana when I was little. So I feel like there was a lot of Hannah Montana on it.
She was beautiful.
It was.
It was a beautiful era.
It was. So my little iPod Nano had so much Hannah Montana music on it. So I just remember that when I think of like back to.
Oh my god, that brought back a core memory.
Did you guys have a little?
No, I had like
I had an MP3.
An MP3.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, you old.
Thanks, girl. You know we're the same age.
I know.
We're just a little outdated.
No, I had the iPod with the first camera, and when you had to download music to iTunes. And my first song I downloaded was "Locked Away" by Bruno Mars. Wait, was it "Locked Out of Heaven"? My bad.
Locked
Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars, and that was my road trip song. So.
I feel like the one on mine was a Taylor Swift song, to be honest. It kind of fits.
It definitely would be.
I think it was a Taylor Swift song.
And Super Bass.
Super Bass.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Did you
Do
guys
you have any more memories over here? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's what I was going to ask.
I don't have a specific song, but like it's a memory kind of like yours, like at my camp.
Yeah.
My dad is like a huge Rolling Stones fan, so like whenever I hear the Rolling Stones, I think of summer, or Bruce Springsteen. I think of like just zooming on the boat.
That's so sweet. Wait, where is your camp? Is it in the Adirondacks?
It's in Henderson Harbor, so it's like almost there. It's like a half hour from Watertown.
Okay, a little bit east,
south, west.
Okay.
I'm bad at directions.
I am also bad at directions.
You said that? No idea where
we need to pull up the map again from
Oh no.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else?
Did you give us an answer? Everyone give us? Okay.
I think they all did. Oh.
Yeah. Did you have one?
No. That's
I
fair.
feel like I know too. Like I listen to so much music that it's just all like clumped into one.
That's very fair. You know, you're part of an a cappella group, so it makes sense that you listen to a lot of songs. Yeah. Yeah.
Guess what? Cece, tell us something fun. Okay.
That was my note for you.
I'd love to know.
Okay, so last week was about like brownies. This week we had a group to sing. So I'm gonna say, since it's finals week, just sing your heart out. In the shower, sing your heart out. Using the bathroom, sing your heart out, girl.
Even if it's like in the dorms, it's still
sing your heart out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
They have such beautiful
that
voices.
Your roommates are sleeping.
I hope you guys are singing in the bathroom.
Yeah, I hope you are too. You're blessing the halls.
Wait, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
If you were to be bathing in something other than water, what would you be in?
Other than water. That's a good question.
Probably.
What?
Glitter.
Glitter.
That's hard to
But
come
then
off.
that'll like when you
I don't care. I love being sparkly. I love it.
Damn.
What's something that's like good for your skin?
Good for your skin.
Isn't milk?
I feel
like
I've
people
heard
say
that.
milk baths or
Yeah.
I've heard that as a thing.
Milk?
Milk?
Yeah, milk.
Yeah, where they put like flowers in the tub and stuff.
Make it all pretty.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. I've seen that.
Okay.
Maybe milk.
Perhaps milk.
Milk?
Something good for your skin.
And like that's the only
what I
thing,
would
or you
say.
come out and get dressed?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Can you get a towel?
No, but like.
Can I get water after? It's like
No.
glitter?
no, it's
No,
just
you just
gonna be
bathe
glitter.
and then
That's
you just
fine.
get dressed. Oh
I'm
God.
not
Just the
I'll
act
just be
of that.
sparkly. It's okay.
Someone said maple syrup once.
Oh.
Why?
And then another person said olive oil mayonnaise.
That's gonna stink for the rest of the day.
Are those people okay? What's happening in the brain? That's
Oh
what
my
I
God,
need to
hold
know.
on. I got you right now.
You got it?
Mouthwash.
Girl, that would burn. That would burn your skin. Imagine if you got it in your eye. Like, oh.
Okay, but hear me out. I don't want to be sticky for the rest of the day. I'd rather smell like mint.
But mouthwash is sticky. You never like spilled a little over the side of the bottle and then it like sticks.
You're
Next.
ruining it. You're ruining my surprise. Okay.
You
know what?
What is your
surprise?
guys' answer?
I'm gonna try to actually
I've
do
never
that.
answered
Yeah.
that.
Pour mouthwash on myself. and see
Yeah.
how it works.
We usually ask others.
Yeah.
Well, now I gotta hear your answer.
Absolutely.
Silk.
Silk.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option.
Wait, I didn't know that was
Oh, I
an
thought
option.
it had to
be
be
like
liquid.
liquid.
I did too. Well,
yours isn't
glitter
liquid
is
either.
not really. I don't even know what
I mean,
it is.
I was gonna
It's
say
not a solid.
juice, so it's alright.
Juice. Juice. Girl, that's really sticky.
Fruit punch.
Sure.
What'd you say?
Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Could that be good for the skin?
It's gonna smell like OJ for the rest of the day.
Do you like lemon water?
interesting.
I don't know why. Or
Ooh,
cucumber
lemon
water?
water.
Cucumber water? might be
Cucumber
good.
water.
One of my
Mud.
friends swears by lemon water.
Mud, yeah. That's the thing though. People do like bathing
It
in
is.
mud.
Like,
Yeah.
as like the
Mud
spas.
baths.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do.
But then you're gonna get out and be like a mud
If you
man.
didn't go with
Mud
liquid,
man.
I would go with squishmallow.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
What about you guys?
I think I asked someone this question and they said like Jello.
That's a
Jello?
good one.
Is
That's
that
a good one.
It's like
Does
that
that
one
work?
scene from Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs where they were in like the
Oh
the
my
Jello
God.
house?
like
Yeah.
I would love that.
What
I would love
flavor?
Just dive in, just be stuck.
Cherry.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Cherry. I don't know about that. Alright, is that everyone?
I think so.
Alright, well
Oh,
we're also
yeah,
running
wait.
out of time.
You
so
could- no,
answer
no
real
answer.
quick. What would you bathe in?
I would. Well, if we're not going with liquids, then I do like squishmallows.
Squishmallow?
I'll just fall asleep.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Alright guys,
All right. No. Two more questions. Remember we played.
we do? Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay. So we have been informed that we can access your concert via live stream. How do we find that?
Yeah, you can ask Bailey about that as she's our social media coordinator.
Bailey.
All right. So, yeah, if you can't make it Thursday, we'll be on Instagram Live for the performance, and also we'll be recording the performance and be posting it on our YouTube, so you can watch it afterwards there as well.
Lovely. Okay. And I hear there's also a special cause that you're donating your proceeds to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're donating to Oswego's Women's and Children's Shelter, which is also called the Safe Shelter, because all of our set list revolves around overcoming domestic violence.
Can you tell us a little bit about your set list, or is that like a surprise?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier we're singing Shake It Out by Florence and the Machine, Somewhere Only We Know by Keen, and then Stay by Rihanna. But in the middle of Rihanna, we have a surprise for everyone, so you have to show up.
Do we have any hints as to what that surprise might be?
Just it also highlights the cause more. So.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Well, we love that.
What's the YouTube channel?
What's the handle?
It's the same thing, Oz
Same as the
underscore
Instagram.
Octavia.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have that actually loaded up. Can we put that on the screen, if we may? Graphics, please.
We have it.
Is that an option? Is that?
You might not. That's okay. That's
Underscore
Yes,
Octavia.
at
We got
Oz
it.
underscore Octavia.
Yes.
That's our
You heard it here.
Instagram. That's our TikTok
Awesome.
That's their
and YouTube.
I can't wait to hear it.
We are very
That
excited.
is all the time we have today for our show. I hate to break it up,
Yeah, I
but
know.
it's all the time we have. But we will have a show again next week, so be sure to tune in because it is senior week, and it's going to be my last episode here. So sad. And then
Okay.
we
We'll
also
have you back next year as a guest star.
Maybe.
Maybe if you want. If you want.
If I can make it back up here. But we will have a guest next week too. So
Absolutely.
be looking out for that.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for
thank you
joining
so
us.
much
Thank you for having us.
To all our viewers at home.
Welcome to Stick to Sports. I'm Ben Diamond.
And I'm Brian Burrows. Today we take a look at college basketball, the NHL, and a controversial crowd problem.
Roll it. After taking down number 1 UConn last Tuesday, the Creighton Blue Jays, the number 15 ranked Creighton Blue Jays, tried to come in to St. John's and take another one. Unfortunately, they were unable to, as the Johnnies beat them 80-66 after a lot of back and forth. Rick Pitino kind of ripping his guys a little bit, kind of creating a little bit of unrest, but still able to come away with the ranked victory. And although their future in March might not be certain yet, it certainly helps that they took the victory here tonight, or last night I should say, against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, we're seeing a few upsets already in this leading up to March period. We're only a couple weeks away from conference tournaments, and we're seeing some of these middle of the pack conference teams really taking down the top dogs, and we're seeing top dogs taking down other top dogs, creating a lot of upsets, a lot of movement in the AP poll, which we'll get to a little bit later in the later. But for St. John's, or just the season in general, it's been a lot of kind of parity. I know we see that a lot in college basketball. Top dogs don't win every single game. Very rarely do you see a lot of wins from one team without a couple losses sprinkled in there, especially late in the season. But the big teams always seem to have that late season hiccup. I mean, we saw UConn lose to Creighton, as you just mentioned. Purdue lost to Ohio State a couple weeks ago. Kentucky killed Bama in a ranked matchup on Saturday. It's been a lot of upsets and a lot of just weirdness that we're going to see how it shakes out once we get to March.
And I think that's the most exciting part. That's why everybody loves March Madness, because of that weirdness, because of that wildness of these certain matchups between these teams. And I do think that St. John's might have a little bit of a realistic chance just because they can, with that win, but it's very low. It's very low. They're 16-12 right now overall. They're 7th place in the Big East. Their chances are so slim, but a win like that does inspire a little bit of confidence and could, shape their future a little bit better than it had been had they lost.
The Houston Cougars have become a powerhouse in men's basketball, but the Baylor Bears were not afraid of them. They came back from 16 at the half and tied it with an and-one layup with 4 seconds to go. They would miss the and-one free throw, and the game would go to overtime, where Houston would then take down the Bears 82-76. After transferring from Baylor, L.J. Cryers returned to the Foster Pavilion and saw him score 15 points, one of 4 Cougars to reach double digits. Ben, now ranked number 1 by the AP, are Houston the team to beat with March Madness right around the corner?
I think you can't really put one team in that team to beat category. I think Houston is definitely one of them, but I think they're right there with the UConn. They're probably right there with a Purdue, even though people are really saying, can Purdue really produce when it comes to March? We don't know. We haven't really seen a lot of inspiring stuff from them. So I think UConn and Houston are the 2 teams you could say have that target on their back come March time. But Jamal Shead was not efficient against Baylor. He really wasn't. He only scored 12 points, which is not, normal for him so far this season. But he was a facilitator. He had 10 assists. He put up the double-double, and he was still able to spread the ball around and put up the points in order to win this game against Baylor.
Yeah, I really like Houston going into March this year. They are the best defense in the country, points per game wise at 56.1. They have an 18-point differential. They just do it well on both ends of the court. They are just going to be one of those teams that is going to make that deep run, and we'll see if they can kind of finally overcome that hump and get to win that national championship. It's going to be hard to get over UConn, who have looked like a number 1 all year, as well as Purdue. But adding L.J. Cryer as an offensive addition from Baylor, and then Jamal Shead as a second option as a passer is huge. They are guard heavy, so their big man teams may be hard for them to beat. But for the most part, Houston is going to be one of the teams to watch in March.
Absolutely, and there was another big upset over this past weekend as Wake Forest defeated Duke with a huge second half, putting up 47 points to Duke's 41 in the second half to take down the Blue Devils, who, once again, yet another ranked team. And we're looking at, a team where Kyle Filipowski, he led the team but only had 17 points, wasn't really doing a ton. But I mean, the Demon Deacons being led by Hunter Salas, dropping 29 points. So this team, I mean, you know, you see Wake Forest, you know, they bring Duke in and able to beat him. I mean, again, another March-esque win for the Demon Deacons.
Yeah, Wake Forest is looking like a scary team to beat, but when it comes to Duke, honestly, I kind of think they're frauds. They have a really good starting five, but you get into the depth, you get into the bench, and they're kind of lacking. They're led by Filipowski, who is one of the best big men in the country. Like, I think he's like really, really hard to stop. But they got beat by UNC. They got beat by Arizona. Those are two of the best teams in the country this year. And then they have a couple bad losses. This Demon Deacons team is not one I consider a bad loss, but Georgia Tech and Pitt, I really just don't know. They're going to match up well with the mid-major teams, but they just don't feel like, to me, like they're going to get past the Sweet 16 this year. And if they do, it's an Elite 8 exit, definitely.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the theme that might have played into this is the shooting. I mean, we saw it in this game against Wake Forest. Wake Forest couldn't miss. I mean, they were 60% from the field and 53% from three. But even though Duke was also really efficient on offense, 53 from the field and 44 from three, but their defense really let them down. I think that has to do a little bit with that depth, not really relying on those bench pieces. And because of that, you know, their guys start to get a little tired. So in that second half, that's when Wake Forest really went on a run, put up a ton of points, and that's when everything started to really spiral away.
Following the upset of the Duke Blue Devils on Saturday, fans of Wake Forest rushed the court to celebrate the win. In the midst of the court storming, fans ran into Blue Devil star Kyle Filipowski. Filipowski was then helped off the court, limping to the locker room. This is the second instance this season of a star player being run into. We look back at Caitlin Clark getting run into after Ohio State upset Iowa back in January. With this being the second instance, our question now becomes, should court storming remain legal, or does the NCAA have to do something to stop it?
I mean, I personally feel like you can't take out court storming. It's such a huge, I wouldn't say it's just a huge piece of what makes college sports so special, especially like you see it in football, you see it now, of course, in basketball. So taking it out, you watch those old videos of buzzer beaters and you see the fans rush the court, and that's what makes it so special. So I feel like if the NCAA were to take it out, really take out a little bit of the magic that the sport has in college. But then again, player safety has to come first, so they need to find a way to either keep it in and find a way to keep them safe, or take it out completely and really take away that magical moment.
No, I completely agree with you. I love the atmosphere it brings. It is so much fun to watch a college basketball game. You see the upset, and the fans just storm the court, and I'm just sitting there like, I kind of wish I was one of them. It doesn't matter if I'm a fan of the team or not, but it just does. It does. It feels dangerous. We've seen Filipowski, we've seen Caitlin Clark now, and there's got to be other instances of the other players out there who have been run into and almost been injured or been injured. There's not many documented cases, but now with it being star players, I think it comes to the forefront and comes to the light of the NCAA, and I think they're going to try to do at least regulate it a little bit, maybe even finding teams, so the teams kind of have to take it into their own hands.
And that will do it for the first block here on Stick to Sports. When we come back, we'll talk some NHL, NBA, and a little bit more of the MLB, some free agency here on WTOP-10.
Okay, a couple things.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Last night, Patrick Kane returned to Chicago for the first time as a Detroit Red Wing, and it ended in insane fashion as he was able to bury home the OT winner past Peter Mrazek to take the victory for the Red Wings. And I mean, he's really been impressive this season, coming back from a bunch of injuries, and to put up the production he has. I mean, nobody really expected from him. He's in his late 30s, coming back from big injuries, and it's hockey. It's it's a sport where you really need to be healthy, and he's been able to do that for them so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, even at 36, you say he's still producing at a pretty high level. But I think the biggest thing about Patrick Kane is this Red Wings team is still in the playoff hunt. They're sitting in that first wild card spot in the Eastern Conference, and having a veteran, a guy who's been to the Cup, who's won the Cup, like Patrick Kane, is going to be huge for the locker room presence coming into this playoff race, coming into the playoffs, if they do eventually make it. I mean, they traded away Bertuzzi last year. He was kind of the veteran of that team, and when they weren't in it, they get traded away for assets. They brought in Patrick Kane. So they're only 4 points behind the Leafs right now. He's got 12 goals, 16 assists this season, and I think even the production doesn't pick up too much. He's going to be a huge presence for them.
Absolutely, and I mean, right now, Kane, 28 points on the season in 27 games. Exactly what I want to see from a veteran presence who's come in and really has injected some life into this Red Wings team.
With about 25 games to go, the Minnesota Wild and the Seattle Kraken are fighting to stay in the wild card race. The Wild are currently 4 points out of the second wild card spot, while the Kraken are 7. In the matchup 2 nights ago, it was the Wild coming out on top 5-2, with Kaprizov scoring twice and Zuccarello grabbing 4 assists. Ben, both squads made the playoffs last year but are now on the outside looking in. Can either make it back to the Cup?
To the Cup, I'm not so sure, but at least to make a run for the playoffs, definitely. I mean, the Wild have a solid roster, and to make a late push, I mean, they had a Calder favorite or a hopeful in Brock Faber on the defensive side, and they have also, as you mentioned, Kirill Kaprizov, who's been fantastic as well for these last few seasons, and again this season. They need more positive growth from their goaltenders, Fleury and Gustafsson, but if they can keep that up, they can get there. And then for the Kraken, Matty Beniers needs to get back from what he has last season. 24 points this season, 15 in wins. So if he can keep getting those points in wins with that production, they'll be able to continue winning hockey games. Now, moving over to the NBA. On Sunday, the Indiana Pacers defeated the Dallas Mavericks 133-111 in a game where both Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving played particularly well, with Doncic scoring 33 and Irving scoring 29. On the other side, Miles Turner scored 33 points of his own in the victory. Tyrese Halliburton scored 17 points and had 10 assists in the victory for his 33rd double-double. Brian, can the Pacers keep up this pace?
I'm not 100% sure. They have a pretty inexperienced roster when it comes to playoff pushes, playoff races. I mean, they're led by Tyrese Halliburton, who hasn't really been there yet. He's really young. They have Siakam, though, which is a really good addition, not only because he works really well with Halliburton, but he's also been to the playoffs. He's been to the finals, and he's won it. So he's going to be really huge for them. He's going to have to kind of be the leader coming down the stretch here. Trading away Hield, though, I think personally is going to hurt. It kind of takes away the push, the outside scoring. And they really I don't think they can rely on Benedict Mathurin at all. As a young guard in his rookie season, he's just not going to be that guy. It's going to have to be Halliburton and Siakam.
Yeah, and I think also thinking about Miles Turner, he kind of seemed like the forgotten man. So to see him put up 33 is huge this late in the season, as the Hawks have officially lost Trae Young for the foreseeable future. And right now, it's going to be a little bit interesting to see how they deal with it, because they're under 500 with him, so being without him, it's going to be a little bit scary to see if this team can make a push. Brian, do you think that they can stay afloat with him out, or do you think that it might be a little difficult?
I think it's going to be difficult. They've been kind of on that bubble in and out the entire season. They're going to need DeJounte Murray to step up. He had it almost had the triple-double in the last game. He's going to need it similar stats to that the entire rest of the season. They're going to need players like Sadiq Bey and Yukika Kongwu to step into bigger roles and kind of fill in the production that they're missing. The passing and the facilitating they're missing from Trae Young is going to be hard to replace. But I just don't think they're going to sneak in this year, especially with losing their top player in Trae Young.
I completely agree. I mean, he's the catalyst of the team, really scoring the points and facilitating with his assists. So him being out is going to put a lot on DeJounte Murray to step up into a bigger role and try and keep the team afloat. As the Knicks and Celtics faced off in a possible Eastern Conference playoff matchup, and although the Knicks are dealing with injuries, they played a close game with the Celtics until the Celtics started to pull away in the third quarter. Do you think the Knicks, fully healthy, can play even closer or even beat the Celtics team, or do you think the Celtics are unstoppable?
Closer, yes. I don't know if they'll beat them in the regular season, but if these two teams face off in the playoffs, I really don't know which way it's going to go. The Celtics seem to crumble in the playoffs in the lights of MSG in the Garden. It's going to be very hard for them to kind of deal with that, and I don't know. Tatum, Brown, they kind of seem to break down in the playoffs, and I think in the big moment like that, it may not work. In the regular season, I don't see the Knicks catching them or beating them. But playoff matchup, I really could go either way, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. I think the Knicks, they really, really need these guys back. I think especially on the defensive end when it comes to OG Anunoby, then on the offensive end when it comes to Julius Randle. Right now, it's Jalen Brunson. When he is not having a good night, the supporting cast is able to pick him up. But to have the ability to spread it around to Julius Randle when he comes back, to get it down low to OG Anunoby, might spread the ball a little bit better and give them more opportunity to score on the offensive end than they have been able to recently without them.
Cody Bellinger officially re-signed with the Chicago Cubs for 3 years and $80 million. The former MVP had a resurgent year with the Cubs, hitting .307 and 26 home runs in a 4.4 WAR on a one-year contract. Now headed back to the north side, some analysts thought he was in for a mega contract. So Ben, is this deal a letdown?
I don't think so. I think this actually, maybe for Cody Bellinger, maybe for Scott Boras, it's a letdown of a contract because they were expecting in the $170 to $200 million range. But for the Cubs, for what he could possibly pivot off of, I think this is a great deal because it's much cheaper. If he's consistent and he's plays the way he did last season, then this is an absolute steal. And although he might opt out if he plays the same way and try and get that big contract again, that's fine because now they have a chance to try and maybe sign some other players with the cheaper, because he's on a cheaper contract, and maybe entice some new star players to come here and play because they have the money to play with. But it all depends on whether the owner is willing to spend it. But I think it's good for the Cubs, good for morale to get Bellinger back in that lineup.
No, I agree. I think Bellinger, having him back, is going to be a huge help to this offense, to the young players especially. Also, he has the ability to move to first base if he starts to break down a little bit. But for the Cubs overall, great signing, though I do think it's a letdown for him. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Ben will be joined by one of our producers, Alex Brooks, here on WTOP-10.
Be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and can briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up with that one.
Matthew,
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Joining me now is Alex Brooks, one of our producers. Alex, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, thanks, Ben. Starting off on the diamond as spring training has made its way here in the month of February as the St. Louis Cardinals have reached an agreement with three-time All-Star shortstop Brendan Crawford on a one-year deal. The two-time World Series champ has been brought in with Tommy Edman's opening status being in question. Ben, as the season is around the corner, does the 37-year-old shortstop have anything left in the tank?
You know, he might have a little bit left in the tank. I wouldn't say necessarily he's going to be putting up MVP-type numbers, maybe even solid all-star type numbers. I think his best role is for that veteran presence for the young shortstop in St. Louis, Mason Wynn, you know, really kind of mentoring him as he comes up and, you know, tries to cement himself in St. Louis. I think that platoon role, or maybe as a late defensive switch, whether it's at shortstop or at second base or third base, we'll see what the Cardinals want to decide for him. But ultimately, I think what he has left in the tank isn't as much as he would have had a few years ago. I kind of thought he would retire as a Giant, as a lifelong Giant. So it's a little bit surprising, but I think he's a good fit for this veteran role. And I think it might actually work out pretty well in their favor going forward.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to him to leaving the San Francisco Giants, a team that he won 2 championships with. So able to be in that role, as you were mentioning, I'm kind of seeing as like a Yankees Matt Carpenter role. Maybe he can arise to someone who you can kind of rely on as that veteran presence, as you were mentioning, someone who can kind of revitalize his career in some way. But you know, being that veteran presence, that can really help this Cardinals team because he obviously knows the championship pedigree. He obviously knows, you know, he's been a Silver Slugger, he's been a Gold Glove, he's been around this league for a long time. So someone who you can really rely on.
Absolutely, and I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, but I'm sure that Mason Wynn's going to try and soak up as much as he can from the World Series champion.
Yeah, exactly. Moving to the college hoops now, the defending national champions defeated the Villanova Wildcats 78-54 on Saturday. Cam Spencer had 25 points and 4 rebounds and a 47-point second half that catapulted the Huskies into the win. Ben, the Huskies got the win, but they fell down to 3 in the AP poll. How are you feeling about this decision made by the AP?
You know, I was talking to Brian before the show, and he was seething, and he made a lot of good points, you know, about how this new ranking is not great. I mean, they lost. Yes, they did lose to a team worse than them, but I mean, every team in college basketball has been worse than them this season because they were number 1. But Creighton was ranked. They were ranked number 15. And then a team like Purdue lost to unranked Ohio State not too long ago as well. So how is Purdue still ahead of UConn right now? It remains to be seen, but I mean, there's still a little bit of time left. They can make it back to that 1, but it's going to be difficult, especially they're going to need a couple losses from these other teams ahead of them in Houston and in Purdue in order to maybe jump back, unless the AP poll wants to just put them back after a couple more wins.
Yeah, especially, and I mean, being able to, you know, they lost to Creighton, obviously, as you were mentioning, they were a ranked team, but I feel like, you know, you're now at 3, but the team shouldn't really focus on that. They should really just be focusing on the games forward and then preparing for March Madness.
Absolutely.
Staying on the court, the AP poll was released earlier today and had some interesting movement in the standings, with UConn, as we mentioned, falling to 3 and Duke falling all the way to 10. Ben, what team are you seeing from this top 10 teams to make a deep run in the tournament?
You know, it's interesting that, you know, you're going to be a little bit easy because I feel like you go like, oh, the top teams are going to go. And I think that's true. I think Houston, Tennessee could be a team. Like, they're at number 4 right now, a team that could, you know, make a little bit of a deep run. It's going to be interesting because you never know with March. So, but then you got UConn, of course. But then a team like UNC could, you know, they're a little bit lower in the top 10. but they can still make a run in March. It all depends on their matchups. It all depends on their level of play heading into the tournament.
Yeah, and something that I want to kind of bring up is the San Diego State Aztecs. I mean, they were in that Final Four last year, and obviously they're lower on the rank and not in the top 10 teams, but they could be a surprising team that can make a run in this tournament.
I agree with you. We are going to take a quick break here on Stick to Sports, and thanks once again to Alex for the fast break. And when we come back, Brian, Alex, and I will head into extra innings. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Stick to Sports on WTOP-10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer with that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Back to Stick to Sports. Now let's get ready for another edition of everyone's favorite segment. We are back here for the spring semester of Extra Innings. We're going to get right into it, guys. Kansas versus BYU. Ben, we'll start you off.
I think this is pretty simple. I think we'll just go with Kansas. You know, they're still one of the top teams in the country. Got to go with Kansas.
Give me BYU. I think an upset is coming for the Jayhawks. BYU, tough team. I know Kansas is at home, but I just like BYU right here. I don't know.
I'm going to go with Kansas, so I'm going to agree with Ben on this one. We're going to move over to Wake Forest at 6.5 favorites against Notre Dame. Brian, let's have you start off.
Give me Wake Forest going back to back. I know it's not an upset because Notre Dame's actually a worse team, but I like it back to back wins. They're riding it high. Give me the Demon Deacons.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you here, Brian. I also am going to take Wake Forest. I mean, they're going to come off, a big win. They're going to be riding high a little bit. And I think they can go in and they can defeat Notre Dame. I think that the Demon Deacons, I'll agree with you there, Brian.
Demon Deacons all around, boys. We are taking Wake Forest in this second matchup. We'll head to the third matchup, Colorado versus Dallas. Ben, I'll have you start off.
The Stars, the Avalanche, the Stars, they're in the playoffs right now, but the Avalanche, they're one of the best teams in the NHL. You got to go with Colorado. They look fantastic. And, I mean, while the Stars have been, really good this season, really solid, I feel like you can't bet against the Avs.
Yeah, I'm right with you right there. The Avalanche, one of the best teams in the NHL. I know they're both pushing for the playoffs. They're both pretty close to each other in the standings, but I just like the Avalanche a lot more. Give me the Avs.
Yeah, we're going to go 3 for 3. Well, Avs here. And Matt is telling me to go speed run, so let's speed run through this. Tampa Bay at Philadelphia. Brian, go.
Give me the Lightning. That's it. Go.
I'm going to go with the Flyers in this one. I think the Metro is better than the Atlantic.
Philly all around. Well, not all around. Brian, you took that. Flyers, we are going to go to our last matchup, the New York Knicks versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Ben, start us off.
It's not even a question. I'm going with the Knicks, of course. The Knicks, I think, are just the better team. Go Knicks.
Give me the Pelicans. Knicks coming off a back-to-back. I like the Pelicans a lot more.
Yeah, give me New York. We will take the Knicks on this one. I'm a Nets fan, but I'm going to be taking the Knicks on this one.
Let's go with the Knicks. They're better. But that's all the time we have on this episode of Stick to Sports. Be sure to tune in next week right here on WTOP-10.
Welcome to Off the Clock. We are so excited to be back for another season. I'm Stephanie Janisi.
And I'm Maddie Durant, and as you can see, we are missing 2 people. Jill unfortunately graduated, and Natalie isn't able to be on the show this semester. But don't worry, because she's going to be back making some surprise guest appearances, so...
As you can see, we have a new girl sitting with us, Cece. Now, would you like to introduce everyone?
Hi, my name is Cece. I like chicken, pasta. Right now, I'm feeling for like a burger, 3 stacks. So
we're hungry today.
Yeah,
we're hungry today. Yep.
But yeah, I'm a junior here at SUNY Oswego, so I'm excited.
Yeah. What's your major?
My major is cinema and screen studies, and I like broadcasting. I did it before at my old college, so this is really interesting to me, so I'm glad to be here.
Good. Do you have any fun hobbies that you like to do?
Girl, I love to eat.
That's your hobby, is eating.
Oh my God, I can talk about food
pasta.
all day. I love to eat. I like to play volleyball. I like to edit. It's my favorite thing to do. And anything that makes me laugh, to be honest. So yeah. And fun facts. What's the fun fact? I guess I can eat like twice my weight in a day.
Wow.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Wow. Or scary. I'm not sure which.
Yeah.
Should we
if
be
you give me
or
some
scared?
time, give me some time. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
As you might remember, we have an amazing all-women's crew, so we wanted to introduce you to them. So if you girls want to say your name, your position,